Hello, everyone. Welcome to Boss Rush After Dark, the alternative podcast show for the Boss Rush Network. I am LeRon Dawkins, and we have a crew that's always ready to talk about everything tonight, as usual. So, welcome back to the show, the one and only Stephanie Klimov.
Good evening.
So you're still the Lady Boss of the Boss Rush writing team, correct?
Yes.
All right. And what's it like to be a boss?
Well, this boss on the writing team is a bit on hiatus, but
Well, that's because you're writing a novel right
You're
now.
really
Yes.
writing. You're doing something important with your life.
no.
And also the other boss is back in the house with us tonight. Corey Derrick, what's up, bro?
I am for now.
What do you mean you am?
No,
for-
I'm
what
just
do you-
kidding. I don't know.
What do I don't just say what's popping enough for you anymore?
No,
Is that
you don't.
What's poppin'?
You don't pop enough for me anymore.
Ooh.
Okay, look now. Look.
It's fine. I'm here. Good job, guys. Go team. Is there anything else I'm supposed to say right now? I don't know.
Nah. Well, besides welcome back, we had a week off. Like our spring break was awesome for me.
Yeah, we did
You
have
know
a
what?
week off recording, but fans will never know.
Right?
Oh yeah.
Right?
Well,
Because the schedule still is consistent.
Yeah, we're still ahead.
but we are back. Bright-eyed. What is it? Bright-eyed and bushy-tailed.
Bushy tail?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. How are y'all? How goes it?
Doing okay. Work is totally kicking my ass. I haven't had this much. I haven't had Sunday scaries in years. Probably since my retail. Well, retail I didn't have. I worked weekends. But you know what I mean? I didn't really have
Mhm.
this day off anxiety the night before work since my retail days. And I'm only 2 months into my job, so I know it will get better, but it's tough. It's like tonight, I felt so bad for my son. I was still trying to work on one last work email up through his bedtime.
Oh.
And I felt really bad.
Wait, how's your son now?
He's 6.5.
Oh, okay, so he's not quite at that age where he can put himself to bed yet.
No, and I also don't want to work through this age. I don't know. So far,
Yeah.
this has been the best stage of child rearing ever,
Mhm.
and I feel bad because I'm generally not that person. If I'm with my kid, I'm present. Even with my phone, I try to put it away, but I'll admit I have not been very good like that lately.
I understand.
But that's really it. Life's okay.
Life is actually pretty good for me. I hopefully will get another pair of these bad boys next week.
Heyo.
Oh, you guys have another conference coming up?
Yeah, I'm gonna be out next week because I'm going on site for an event. March for my job. March is called 5 and 5, where we have 5 events in 5 weeks, and some people requested vacations and all this other stuff. So I am going to Vegas for an event.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's not just any event. It's an exclusive event. And very excited. So it's been scary, though, because I've kind of been half in charge of planning it and lining everything up, which is not my specialty. Scheduling, contacting people, not what I would consider my strength in my current position. But getting through it. It's a 2-day event. I'm very excited. And we'll see how it goes. But yeah.
All right.
It's going to be interesting. LeRon, you're all by yourself next week.
Actually,
Well, yeah,
no.
I'll be at
actually,
work dinner. Yeah.
actually, yeah. Well, no, we got the reserve team ready.
Yeah, I know. But After Dark next week's going to be real different.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe.
Maybe not. Maybe it'll get dirtier. I don't know.
It'd be a solo job. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh,
Mm.
There'll be
God.
people.
What would an Eddie V After Dark look like?
Oh no! Don't.
Well,
Ah, geez. the cool thing is, given that we have guests like next week, like I'm gonna tell them to bring a topic, and I'm just gonna like just let them have it.
That's fair. Why not? Why not? We should do that. So, not to get too off topic, but like I've been thinking a lot about that crossover episode for like a week, LeRon, where the Pow Block crew takes over Crossroads and then you guys take over.
You take over Pow Block? Yeah.
I think that'd be hilarious. I've been thinking a lot about that at some point.
Well, actually, you know what? Now that we're technically we're technically two anchor shows, not including Boss Rush podcast. We could do it. We could do it a little more, and be a little more even now.
Yeah. So.
Man, me, Austin Stoy, and Chris, you running Pow Block for a week? Ooh,
I know. Us running. I think I'm the only one on the show that has any knowledge on platforms other than Nintendo.
Galatrad might be able to like do a few things with what PC.
Yeah, but I mean, if we start talking about PlayStation and stuff, nobody's gonna have any idea. and Ed is gonna have something snarky to say because we're not doing Nintendo Power Block. So I'm gonna have to be like, "Oh my god, I'm doing it by myself." It'll be fine. It's all good.
I seriously want to do it though.
Yeah, we'll plan it.
We'll do it in the summer. We'll do it in the summer. We'll have a takeover in the summer.
Yeah.
Let's try to be nice to each other. Let's not do it in like a chaotic drop time. Like when like some high caliber games are coming out across those platforms.
When is that this year? Because I'm pretty sure almost every month has that. But
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Nintendo has like a new game every like 3 weeks.
Every like every month. Like it feels like it. And the sad part is like the games that I want keep getting delayed by Nintendo. I'm starting to feel like I'm being targeted. I really am.
Yeah.
That's unacceptable.
Yeah. I mean, there's like, Nintendo, do you want my money?
Yeah. LeRon is actually aiming to give you money for
be like, take my money, bitches. Take it.
Maybe it's that Nintendo prize, like, oh, it's that LeRon guy. No, we don't want your money.
I mean, seriously, y'all got at least 2 games that I want this year, like fucking Bayonetta 3 and Advance Wars.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I might be able to get down with the Breath of the Wild thing if you guys like get your shit together.
Oh shit.
Oh no.
I mean, I have the first game. Haven't played it yet, but I have the first game.
You haven't played it yet?
Oh, wow.
Oh, hold on. I have a bunch of like first party Nintendo games that I've either have played or have not started yet. Let me see.
Nintendo, you watching?
All right, let's see. I got Breath of the Wild. I got Astral Chain that I've actually started that game. I just haven't like made the commitment. I've got Luigi's Mansion 3, which I've started but haven't made the commitment to keep going. There is Fire Emblem, 3 Houses. I'm actually loving that game, but I had to put it down for a little while. Like it's a time sucker for me.
How do you like Luigi's Mansion?
It's fun. It's fun. Like it's the first Luigi Mansion I played since the Luigi Mansion on 3DS.
Ooh, okay.
Well, it's the first one since the 3DS one, so.
Okay, let me rephrase that then. Like it's the second Luigi's Mansion game I played. Isn't there like 3 or 4 of them now?
Well, this is Luigi's Mansion 3. So.
But wasn't one like kind of like a remix treatment of another game?
No.
Because like let me see, you had the GameCube one, which is the very first one, right?
Mm-hmm. And then the 3DS one, and then this one.
Okay then. Oh, okay then. Well, never mind then.
Yeah, there wasn't like a proper Luigi's Mansion 2. So. And
the other first party Nintendo game is I have the Super Mario 3D World and Bowser's Fury, but I haven't started that yet. And then the other first party game that I've beaten the crap out of is Metroid Dread.
There you go. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I mean, yeah, Metroid Dread is a good game though.
Yep, and I beat Bayonetta 2.
Also a good game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So.
Yeah, so I mean, there's money to be had for me for Nintendo.
It's true. There's money LeRon is willing to hand you, and you're not taking it.
Nope. Do you want the fucking cake or do you don't want the fucking cake? Like, let me know.
I mean, whatever. Whatever. Nintendo doesn't want your money, I guess.
They keep playing with my emotions. They're not gonna get it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right. Well, for you guys that are wondering, this is Boss Rush After Dark, the new show from the Boss Rush Network, where each and every week we get together and pal around to discuss and debate topics aimed more at our adult audience. Stuff that ranges from dating to life strategies to relationships to travel and like all that other good stuff. You can get the show early just by hitting us up on Patreon. If you are a patron of us, which is findable on patreon.com/Bossrush Network, you will get the show how early do we get it? 2 weeks early, right?
Yep.
2 weeks early. What day does it drop?
Saturday.
Yep.
Gosh, LeRon, pay attention.
I know. I'm flubbing my own script. My bad. If you're not a patron though, like you have to wait 2 weeks, then you can catch it on YouTube and podcast services, for free. If you like to live your life that way,
Live your
always.
life.
As always, leave a 5-star rating on iTunes and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And you can find all of our other content, like the flagship shows, the anchor shows, all that stuff can be found on bossrush.net.
It's true. It can.
All right. Well then, I feel like we should start running our mouths about stuff that people really want to hear.
Who wants to hear? What do they want to hear?
Something light or something serious?
I gotta tell you, I'm really into something light right now. I don't have the capacity to talk about anything serious right now. Although,
all right,
no.
The topic I had was kind of serious because I've been paying.
Okay, if you have a serious topic,
no. Like let's do light. It's like for the people who didn't know until I blabbed about us being on spring break. We had a week off. Let's come back with something light because the topic I had was basically why are Republicans such schmucks? Because I've been watching like the confirmation hearings for Judge Ketanji Jackson, and it's like come on, why are y'all being dickheads? Because like I've spotted some very out and out misogynistic shit. I've found some low key racist shit that has been it's like I do not like Ted Cruz. I've never liked him, to be honest with you, I basically like blasted his ass on Twitter over the weekend because he came like he came with some tweet like what the F is this because Stacey Abrams was in the finale for Star Trek Discovery season 4. Sorry, spoilers. Sorry.
Oh no.
Totally
was gonna watch that.
And so like I had so hold on, let me find it. Let me find it because my tweet my clap back at him was just.
Ooh.
Let me see if I can.
That's
let me see if I can find it. But so we don't want to do my topic this week. We want to wait for the confirmation hearings to be over and stuff, and then
All right. Well, I'm happy to revisit it because I don't mind talking about it, but I'll admit I just been kind of not intentionally turning a blind eye because that's not the right phrase, but I'm just too stressed out to be more stressed out about that garbage. But
yeah,
I'll definitely like watch up on it maybe for not next week, but next time for sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, lighthearted topic. Anybody play any naughty video games?
Oh, you know what? Hold on. Before we go there, did you guys check my my Twitter back on the 18th?
No, I don't have your notifications on like somebody.
Oh, okay. Well, check this out. Like in the previous podcast, I told you that we were getting the house together for birthday / housewarming party thing for this past weekend.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was hanging up curtain rods and stuff to get like the entertainment room set up because that room is in wicked neat. It's a den, but it's like a sunroom. Like it's got so many freaking windows. I was basically getting curtains and stuff hung up. So I was opening the curtain rods, and one of the boxes. You know what? While I'm talking about this, I'm going to link you guys the tweet.
Great.
Oh boy.
I'll link you guys the tweet because like I'm serious here. Like this was some like homegirl said in Scary Movie. This is some scurry shit.
Oh.
So I'm opening this box. It's got curtain rods in it, so it's one of those long. It's like one of those long, not flat boxes. Long rectangular boxes.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I saw this one. Oh yeah, gross.
Yeah. All right. So this box was taped up to the gills, right? I start cutting the box open with a box cutter using from one end, then I go down the long side of it and cut the other end, and then I just kind of like unfold the box, right? Down at the other end of the box that I cut open first, down the other end of the box, all of a sudden this big ass brown spider crawls out the goddamn box. And you know what? I am not an arachnophobe by any cause, but the spider is big enough that it could fit in the palm of my hand.
I saw it. It was really gross.
And I fold open this box. I see this bad boy do this number, and I literally screamed. I was in the house by myself. I literally screamed, "What the fuck?" Scared the fucking shit out of me, right?
Oh fuck.
Yeah, big ass fucking spider. So I'm just staring at it. It hasn't moved since I spotted it, right? I immediately grab my phone and take a picture of it because I'm like, my roommate's not going to believe me when I say there's a big ass fucking spider, So I had to take a picture of it. And then I was like, okay, how do I get this motherfucker out the house? It's a big spider, right? Like, I am no longer brave enough to go get a shoe to try and squash it. Number one, like you see in the picture, like from where it's at, like there's no way I could get a shoe to like hit the thing without pissing it off because I'm gonna miss on the first swipe, right?
That thing is too big to even squash. What are you talking about? You could like ride that thing like
exactly.
Honey, I Shrunk the Kids style. You're just like strapping a saddle on that shit and just...
Exactly. So I'm sitting there like I'm trying to figure out what the fuck I'm gonna do, right? So I'm like, well, no matter what, I got to get shoes. But the problem is that the box and the spider are at the end of the room where I would have to walk to go get a pair of shoes, right? So the house has two sets of stairs. Like one set of stairs goes down and connects to the one room, and then there's the main staircase, which is from the main hallway, right, from the front door.
Yeah.
So I go up the back stairs, up and down the main stairs just to get a pair of shoes, and I walk back up the main stairs and down back to the back of it. So I got my shoes on now, right? I come back to the box. Guess what? The fucking spider has moved. In that picture, like where that spider was at when I took the picture, it was no longer visible, and I was like, oh shit. I was like, if it's in my house, like I don't know if I'm setting it on fire or if the spider just has the mortgage to the house now. I don't know. So I'm like, I gotta find out where the spider's at. I gotta find it, because like there's other boxes, in the area and stuff like that. I'm like, man, if this spider has already gotten into another box, like it's gonna be a wrap because I don't know what to do. So I maneuver myself around the box where the spider came from, and I spot it. It's now inside a crevice inside the same box that like it came out of. I'm like, okay, like it's fucking heart attack time now, right? I gotta get the spider out of here. I really gotta get the spider out of here. So I basically I open the back door. Well, I open the door that leads to the deck, to the back deck, and then see, I don't have any props here, so. Believe me when I say, like, I grab the safe end of the box and I just start shimmying my way to the door.
The safe end of the box.
I get out the house, I get onto the deck, I walk down to the deck. The perimeter of our house, like there's a tree line at the perimeter of our house. I get to the tree line, and I kid you not, I just like yeeted the box. But I was like, if I make enough commotion, like maybe it will run out of the box, right? So I yeet the box, like it hits the ground, like you hear the clang because the curtain rods are still in the damn box, right, and everything, right? And I'm like, okay, so now I got to see, if the spider's gone because I got to get the damn curtain rods. So I do the thing where I basically like unfold the box again, and I see the spider running off into the woods. I was like, fuck, I'm done. I grab my box, I take it back in the house, I shut the door, and then I sit in the house, and like I couldn't hang curtains at that time because like I was way too shook, too much adrenaline and everything. I sat in the house for like 30 minutes by myself, just thinking about the fact that there was a big ass fucking spider in the vicinity. And like I said, I'm not phobic of spiders. Depending on my mood, I might kill it or I might catch it and let it out. It all depends. But there was no killing this fucker. And also I am not used to seeing spiders that big that are not either inside jars or inside somebody's cage.
I was gonna say that's like an Australia size spider. Like
I checked the box. The box came from Louisville, Kentucky.
Oh my gosh, what if you unleashed like a species not native to the area and now
you know what? That's the crazy part because I put this on Twitter and then it was basically open conversation for the next day and a half. Everybody's like, you shouldn't have did that. And I was like, it wasn't staying in my goddamn house.
So that actually happened when I was working at the car dealership. When one giant shipment we got in at our warehouse, we opened a bunch of boxes and there were like snakes, and we big snakes, and our car parts came from Mexico. So
those car parts were supposed to go to the cartel. That's the only reason why you had big ass snakes in there like that.
Yes, and it was like, oh my gosh, this is like insanely scary, and I will not mess with a snake. I'm out. Right? I'm just like,
yeah, nope. I don't fuck with snakes either.
I'm done. Nope, I'm out.
Yeah. So here's the funny part, right? So like this was Friday, I think. Yeah. So Friday, like the housewarming / birthday party is Saturday. This happened on Friday, so I sent my boyfriend a picture. I was like, "You are not going to believe what I just had to deal with here." And I sent him the picture, and he was like, "Is that in your house right now?" I'm like, "No, it's gone. He's like, "What do you mean gone? Is it gone like somewhere in the house?" I was like, "No, I got rid of it. I got rid of it out of the house." And he's like, "Where is it?" I was like, "It is somewhere out in the woods in the backyard." The next reply he sends me is like, "Well, never have to see me again in your place." He's like, it's coming back to your house. I was like, the fuck it is.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Wow. So that was a fucking ordeal. So like, hey, for you guys listening out there, just go to my Twitter page. Like, you know what? I should pin the tweet to make it easier for you to find. But at Exodus 803, just go look. Just go look. It happened on March the 18th.
That it did.
Oh, dude.
Oh, gross.
It not as I can't claim to ever have been through that, but I remember one time when I was younger, I was like a tween, and we went to the Bahamas, and we were staying at a timeshare back when timeshares were a thing, and I saw the hugest motherfucking centipede. Because millipedes are the cute things.
Millipedes are not cute.
What? No. What?
Well, no, but I meant, look,
no.
Listen. Millipedes, they're creepy, but centipedes are the ones with like they're really sharp. Like
they're all.
I think they're cool. Look, I think centipedes are cool looking. Millipedes damage my calm.
Dude, but it was like big. It was like big, black and shiny, and it like scuttled like underneath the TV stand, and I freaked the fuck out when I went to my parents, and they're like, "Oh, where is it?" I'm like, "It's under and they couldn't find it when they came to look for it. And I'm like,
Oh, I bet.
I am not sleeping tonight until we find this thing and release it to the wild, because no.
Yeah. Pass. Sometimes like sometimes I feel like there are things in our house because we've had a lot of, we'll say, issues with pests, I would say. We had a raccoon in our ceiling for a while, and it just boy, things sometimes just make noises and you think that they're under the bed or under the couch or under the entertainment center, and it's just like, nope, mm-mm, mm-mm. And then you see things and you're like, so the other day I killed 2 spiders in our bathroom, and I'm just like, why are there 2 spiders? Like 1, okay, whatever. 2 spiders, and then the same spider. They're the same spider. So you're like, oh my god, I just killed like a mom and a dad, and there's like a bunch of babies somewhere, and we're just gonna be infested with spiders. So, no, pass. Mm-mm. Every time somebody's like, I'm going camping or I'm going outside, I'm like, no.
See, that's my thing too. Like I don't do this whole wilderness thing. Mm-mm. Okay, like I can't find the tweet. I know I took a screenshot of it because I was afraid the tweet at Ted Cruz, because I was actually afraid. I was like, you know what, I might have stepped over a line I sent my tweet out, and then I went on my, how like if your tweets immediately are on your feed, yeah. I went to my feed and I could not find it.
Ooh.
So I was like, uh-oh. I think I'm about to get slapped by Twitter.
Twitter jail.
Yeah, but I still have my account, but I can't find the tweet. And like some people said no, it's still out there. So let me see if I can find. Let me see.
Go to your tweets and mentions. Maybe that's where it's at. Because sometimes things that don't show up on your timeline show up under tweets and mentions, and I'm like, well, that doesn't make sense, but whatever.
Let's see.
Twitter sucks. Social media sucks in general, but
yes,
that's just me.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I'm still like super creeped out about
the spider. Yeah.
The spider. Oh my gosh, I can't.
No.
Yeah,
gross.
For real.
Pass. This is a hard pass, Bob. Man, just
okay. Here it is. Okay, so on the 17th of March, Cruz like tweeted, "What the hell is this?" And it's the scene from that Stacey Abrams shows up in the show. So my clapback was, Senator, if you didn't know that in the near 60 years of this franchise that I love, that it engages in politics, here's your splash of cold water. Politics is in my Star Trek and has taught me to be the best person of Earth that I can be. The people in Star Trek are far better humans than you are.
Ooh, burn.
Yeah, and then my subtweet was, guaranteed, dude probably watched the only Star Trek show that, while being a good series and opened doors for the franchise, was overall problematic and steeped in misogyny. Why should his opinion count now when he's clearly a throwback from a less intelligently evolved era of human rights?
Oh man.
Yeah. Ted Cruz, continue sucking on those sour ass fucking lemons you do, dude. Besides, like, you're an asshole anyway. You left your fucking dog in the middle of a fucking blizzard with a power outage in fucking Texas so you could go to Cancun, Mexico. Fuck you.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
LeRon's upset. Where did he hurt you? Show me on the doll.
The fact that I call myself a Texan, and then this guy technically represents a state that I used to live in and called my home state for a while, pisses me the fuck off, And the sad part is, I wasn't trying to make this political tonight, but I had to throw that out there. I wasn't trying to make this political, but like, it's one of those situations where it's like, I can't wait for this guy to get ousted. I can't wait for people of his ilk to fucking die off, and make the world a better place, because they're gone and stuff like that. I know I know it's probably harsh words I shouldn't be saying, on one of our shows and stuff, but it's like
The sad thing is though is like there's still young people that think like he does.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah, but the cool thing about it, I guess, is that just in the same way he has his freedom, he has his First Amendment freedom to say whatever the fuck he want and harass whoever the fuck he want. I have the First Amendment freedom to say what the hell I want to say about him. As long as it's not in like like a threatening manner. Like I would never like threaten a sitting senator.
Well, I mean that's the key, right? If you want to say certain things because free speech and whatever, then you got to be able to take it if you're dishing it. Like I don't know. I just feel like put your money where your mouth is, I guess.
Yeah. It's man.
Yeah, dude's a fucking twat waffle. That's all.
Well, see, this is why I avoid stuff like this because it just gets me either all anxious or angry, and I just don't have space in my mental. I don't know.
I know we're already fighting for our lives out here, and then you have assholes like this that just want to make it, infinitely harder.
Yeah, man, stupid man.
All right, who had the light topic? I'm sorry. Well, I started with the funny topic though, like the escapades with the spider was just.
Yeah, dude, that spider was like, oh my gosh! I showed my wife, and she's like, ew.
Oh! By the way, so like I said, remember how I said like people were like, why would you let it out in the wild? So then I started going down this fucking like this mental like Schrodinger's cat type level thing where it was like wait, this reminds me of the green tree spiders that were like hijacked over here in like a shipping container from China, and now they have residence up in Georgia. They're harmless, but at the same time, can you imagine just walking around and all of a sudden like a green ass spider like lands on your shoulder because you walked under a tree at the wrong fucking time?
Fuck no. Oh
yeah.
Hell no. Hell no.
So now, for a while that day, I was there thinking, what if I just, like launch some like fucking Australian ass fucking spider in Virginia, and this is how a new infestation starts. It's like murder hornets all over again.
I was just saying, like that's just what we need. Oh man.
Wow. Man, what's a light topic tonight? I
was about to say, please take the microphone away from me.
No, we like it when you talk. It means I don't have to talk as much. No, I'm just kidding. I've been really like when I'm at night, like when I'm working on stuff, I've been really into some stand-up comedy lately.
Okay.
And like I'm not like big on stand-up comedy. It's just sometimes I go through these phases where I'm like, this is kind of what I just kind of want right now, because it's kind of like a podcast, but also it's not really like a podcast. You know what I mean? You just kind of listen to it. And I've been listening to this Irish comedian, and apparently he's not like his daytime job is not a comedian. He's like a tech guy,
okay,
and he does like all these Google Talks and everything. Like I don't quote me on this. I think he either does or used to work for Google, and his name is David Nehill, and he's really funny. And like I watched his half-hour special on YouTube, and he's like really funny, and he makes fun of Americans, and it's just kind of hilarious how on point he is about like immigration, drinking, like kind of categorizing things in ways that maybe they don't need to be, and he's just hilarious. And I don't know. I was just wondering if there's anything like that you guys have watched, or anything where you find something and it's like really kind of captures you in a way that you didn't expect.
I love Ali Wong.
I was just about to throw her name out there. I know her new comedy special just dropped, and I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah, and I saw Ali Wong live in Boston.
What?
yeah, a couple months ago,
Oh my
and
God, that chick is hilarious.
yeah, so it was just so. I mean, I watched all her Netflix specials, but just see her live is just a whole nother thing. I got an autographed book um of hers, so yeah, I love her style. I love the fact that she's just no filter, and for me, I appreciate it even more, like just coming from an Asian culture where you're supposed to be extremely filtered. So just I don't know, it just is just so great for me. And she's funny as hell, which is kind of ironic because the other person that I tend to watch specials a lot on is Jim Gaffigan, and I don't even think that dude swears, but he's
Yeah,
funny, just different kinds of funny.
Jim Gaffigan's hilarious.
I love him.
Oh my gosh, Hot Pocket.
Yeah, so
Man.
those are my two go-tos. But yeah, like I actually went on kind of like a stand-up comedy stint for a while where I would go on either Prime or Netflix and just find someone. But there are a lot, and some really aren't that great. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm definitely most definitely multitasking when I have something like that up.
Yeah.
Yeah. I watch a bunch of different. Sometimes I just turn it on to see if I'll like the person. And like sometimes I listen to stuff that would be like considered controversial. Like Anthony Jeselnik is like super controversial apparently. But like, oh my God, that dude he's funny in the most wrongest ways. That's not a word, but you know what I mean? Like, oh my gosh, he talked about like there's this one joke he tells about he lives in an apartment building and his neighbor is like this like 80-year-old man suffering from dementia, and every morning when he leaves his house the old man asks him where his wife is, and he starts telling the guy that his wife's been dead for like over a decade, and like, oh, that's real sad, and he's like, but it's worth it just to see the smile on his face when he finds out. It's just like, it's like stuff like that, and that's not even like the worst thing he's ever said. It's just, man, it's sometimes you just turn it on to see what happens, you know. I mean, Jeff Foxworthy had a new stand-up come out on last weekend, I think.
Oh, I need to check it out. Where'd that come out?
It's on Netflix.
Yeah, like I saw the it was trending.
Yeah.
I haven't really read a lot on it, but I saw it was trending.
Yeah. And I don't know. Remember when Blue Collar Comedy Tour was like the biggest thing on the planet? Oh,
yeah.
Gosh. Man. But yeah, I mean, Tom Segura is also another pretty funny one he's just hilarious. So I don't know. I know Dave Chappelle has a couple of specials on there. I haven't really watched them though. I'm not like a big Dave Chappelle guy.
I'm not actually. I've never been a big Dave Chappelle guy. Like, I feel like he's better when he's guesting on something, because the Chappelle Show was kind of hit or miss for me. Like, I know I had friends who loved the fuck out of that show, and I was like, it's funny, but damn, like you guys are acting like you can't live without watching an episode.
Yeah. Fun fact: Dave Chappelle lives like 45 minutes from me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. He lives out in like the middle of nowhere in Ohio, and it's funny because like he does this whole bit on like, why don't you live in LA? He's like, why? So I can pay like millions of dollars for the same house that I have for like $300,000.
Right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Now a comic that I like is Joe Coy. Like that
Oh
dude.
yeah.
That dude's hilarious. He has this nice balance of raunch and like just pure like slapstick. It's crazy. Like,
yeah, it's man, stand-up comedy is like, once you find someone that you like, right? It's like, okay, I'm gonna see what else he has, you know, and
yeah,
or she or they.
Yeah, I didn't know Chelsea Handler's dating him. I didn't know that.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah,
Wow.
Chelsea Handler's another comedian I love.
You know what that, and this is not a famous person or something, and I'm sure every city has one, but Boston probably the number one comedy place, because every place has comedy clubs and stuff like that. It's called the Improv Asylum.
Mm-hmm.
And I love that place, and it's located in the North End because you just have a very talented like cast. You know, I think it's a rotating cast, and it's exactly what the title is. It's all improv, 100% improv. Like they'll have themes, and they'll just take suggestions and just shout it out. The crowd will just shout it out, and so it's interactive, right?
Mhm.
And there's like there's like an after dark version too, where it's even like raunchier. Haven't been, only just because it's past my old lady bedtime. But one of my favorite segments is they'll just pick a stranger out of the crowd and they'll just interview them like, hey, what's your name? What do you do? Are you married? Or blah, blah, blah. And they'll just take those bits and pieces of that person's life and they'll just improv a day in the life of that person. It's brilliant. And I love people who can execute improv well.
Yeah. Good improv is really funny. Like, Whose Line Is It Anyway? Is like a really hilarious
I love
show.
that show. Oh my gosh, I love that show.
I love it. Is it still on anywhere? Like,
I think so.
the last time I remember watching it, Aisha Tyler was hosting. I used to have the biggest crush on Aisha Tyler for a while.
Oh, I still have the biggest crush on her.
But anyways, that's a
then again,
story for a different day.
Then again, I kind of got a thing for women that are taller than me because she's taller than I am.
Is she? No, she's not.
I don't know if she's taller than you, Corey. Hold on.
She's not that tall.
Aisha Tyler. Oh, she's 6 foot. I could have sworn she was taller than that.
No.
6 feet is still pretty fucking tall for one.
Yeah.
Yeah. But remember when she used to host all those Ubisoft conferences?
I know, and the moment she was no longer doing it, that's when they got lame.
Yeah, man, Ubisoft, you messed up,
right?
Yeah. Oh, Stephanie, you're from the Boston area. How do you feel about Bill Burr?
Bill Burr?
Yeah.
I mean,
he likes to brag he's from Boston.
Yeah, I know. I don't want to sound lame, but like he's all right. Like he's not, my favorite. But I don't know. I guess he doesn't bother me either. I'm sorry if that was such a boring answer, but I'm like,
no, I just didn't know if he was like everybody in Boston loved him, or if it was just kind of like one of those things where he's just like, I'm from Boston.
I mean, maybe like people in the city, they'll know he's a Bostonian, but it's not like we're all walking around downtown like, hey, Bill Burr, he's our guy. No.
Why not? I'm just kidding.
We don't give a fuck.
Man. So, all right. So, speaking of stand-up comedy, I was just kind of like looking at stuff that I've watched recently. So, this is kind of on topic, but not really. So everybody knows that Kim Kardashian is dating Pete Davidson now, right?
Yeah.
And so at work the other day, people were talking about like what do people see in Pete Davidson?
We can definitely talk about this, and it is on topic because it's just a naturally flowing conversation.
Well, he has a Netflix special, and I watched it a little bit, and I was like, it wasn't anything special, right? I mean, I had a few chuckles, but I'm just like, what is it about this guy that's like he's on Saturday Night Live, but he's not really a part of it. I mean, I know he's like a writer, but I mean, he's like not funny when he's on it. Like his stand-up isn't anything special. Like and like he's dated like a ton of people that are super desirable, I would say, in some way.
Here's what I've heard. Like people like the funny guy.
But he's not that funny.
I know he's not that funny. Like I mean, like I feel like his funny stuff is more the times that he strikes me as funny is when he's scripted, because like when he's doing his stand-up gig, it's like, okay, like I spent an hour with you, dude, and I probably chuckled 3 times.
Yeah.
I forgot where I heard this, so I want to credit you. I just don't remember. But the funniest thing is like Pete Davidson looks like the kind of guy that I just would not trust with my car. I don't know. Just something about that just does not look right. I don't know. I
Yeah.
can't put my finger. I'm sure he's a nice guy, but like
Yeah.
there's something about him that just looks off to me.
Yeah.
Oh no, like and like when he bleached his hair, all of a sudden like everyone just started like all the panties just started dropping, and it's like he looks, he doesn't look better, but he doesn't look worse, but he doesn't look better.
I just feel like any average Joe that looks like him or makes fashion choices that he does would not get the kind of women that Pete Davidson does. Part of it has to be
He's got money. He's got money.
Does he though? Because he lives with his mom.
He does? I did
Yeah.
not know that.
That's like
really.
That's like
I did not know that.
That's like his big. I don't know if he does now, but like a year ago on Saturday Night Live, that was like that was his bit, like that he still lived at home with his mom.
All right, that's really unfortunate.
Like when he was engaged to Ariana Grande, he still lived at home with his mom. Like that was his whole bit on Saturday Night Live.
I don't know if it's any different for you guys. Like when it comes, I don't know. Like when I, as an adult woman, am looking for guys to date, I'm sorry, but I cannot go for any guy that's over in his 30s and up. Well, like, yeah, who lives with his mom. I don't know, unless there's like some weird extenuating circumstance, like I'm saving up for a down payment on a house in like a year or two, like an actual legit plan. Other than that, I'm like, I just can't.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
Yeah, a while back when I was on a horrible streak of bad luck, like it looked like couldn't find a job or anything. It looked like I was gonna have to move back home with my mom and stuff, and it was a long, hard decision. You know, it was one of those things because like I stayed unemployed for over a year before I finally thought about, like doing that and stuff like that. Luckily I didn't get to that point because like it's funny, I made the phone call to mom saying, hey, like this is it, like I'm gonna be homeless if I don't come home.
Okay, well, obviously that's,
Yeah,
different
but
situation.
but at the same time, like it was still like one of those points of pride, like it was
Mhm.
really like fucking with my self-esteem that like this has to happen because like this was literally the first time that I would have actually been living back at home since I graduated from high school. At the time, I was in my late 30s.
Yeah, I mean when I broke up with my last girlfriend before my wife, I had to move back home. But that was, it was her apartment that we lived in, and I technically wasn't on the lease, but had no problem spending all my money. But that's a different story for another day. But yeah, I mean, Pete Davidson. So I was this came up. The reason why I started thinking about this was because it came up on a podcast I was listening to called The Snark Tank, and they were talking about it, and the one host, his girlfriend was guesting on the show, and they were talking about Pete Davidson. They had like a 45-minute conversation on a 2-hour podcast about Pete Davidson. I was like, this is a little long about him, but it's still also entertaining.
Yeah.
And they were like, what is it about Pete Davidson? And they're like, and the girl was like, I'm going to be honest with you. It's probably because he's very honest about his mental health, and he's very open and very confident about his abilities and his honesty. And I'm like,
I mean, that's all.
I like that heavy sigh from
Yeah.
Stephanie.
I was like,
I mean, like, those are nice compliments to other aspects that I would still require in a partner.
yeah. So that was like the answer that she gave, and I'm like, that still doesn't like explain anything, I don't know. I mean, I know his dad died in 9/11 and stuff, but like that's like all I know about Pete Davidson other than that. I don't know. I was just wondering.
Yeah, I don't know that much about the guy. Like, I mean, like I said, like, I feel like he just exists, and like that might be a really bad thing to say about somebody, but I don't know, like
Hmm.
he has his moments, and but they're few and far between as far as I feel.
Yeah. Yeah. So, anyways, I've been watching a lot of stand up lately. Back to that topic. Topic
Do
on
you have
topic on
a
topic.
do you have a go-to? Like, do you have one that you can watch over and over again, or do you just watch them and move on to the next one?
I've been watching. I do watch when I get in these phases, right? I do watch a lot of Jim Gaffigan. I just think he's funny.
Oh, hell yeah.
I I also just kind of flip through stuff because I'm like, well, I want to watch something new sometimes, but also I get really comfortable hearing the same things over and over, which I hear is also a sign of like you should probably get something checked out, but that's okay.
Yeah, yeah, I'm right there with you because I can't remember, like I'll have to look it up later. I remember hearing somebody talk about it, and then it's like it's a coping mechanism
Mm-hmm.
when you watch reruns all the time, like
Oh,
reruns of the same stuff, like stuff that you've seen millions of times, like of course it would be in Star Trek,
Mm-hmm.
but it's a coping mechanism, or if you're one of those people that will have a song on repeat for 40 runs, stuff like that,
Mm-hmm.
it's a coping mechanism for something, and I can't remember if they said it was social anxiety, even though I don't suffer from social anxiety. Like I don't like I'm one of those people, like I'm I'm an extrovert essentially. Like it's easy for me to go talk to a random stranger, like make friends with somebody that I may not ever see again for the rest of my life, stuff like that. So I can't remember what they said it's a coping mechanism for, but it's one of those situations, and I know I have it bad because it's ebbs and flows. Like I'm always watching stuff on repeat, but then I'll find something new to watch and I will binge the fuck out of it and then move on. Like we'll never come back to it again.
Mm-hmm.
Like
hmm.
right now, I'm not doing any reruns of Star Trek right now, which is probably a good thing. But I'm back to watching Dragon Ball Super.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Oh,
Oh, and and Corey, you'll be happy. Like I started watching Agent Carter
nice.
because we gotta get ready for that.
I know we do.
the thing about coping mechanism, I actually did that with The Office, and this isn't the only time I did, but this a distinct memory, and I don't get like this anymore. But on mornings after I drank a lot, so like if I have a really bad hangover, and as many people know, one possible side effect of a hangover is a kind of an anxiety because your body's going through an acute withdrawal. I will literally just lie there and play The Office. It's like this bizarre calming thing while I'm going through my I will never drink again phase. So I will say that's something that I used to do in my back in my crazy days.
Yeah. Cool.
Do we have time for one more? Or should we wrap it up? And wait, we hit 3 topics tonight, didn't we?
Well, yeah, we kind of like weave to and fro.
Yeah.
I think we're good. Like, you want to wrap?
Yeah. Why not?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Go team. Look at us. We did things tonight, guys.
Yeah. It had a nice natural flow too. Like, man, you can't beat that.
Though now I definitely want to watch some stand up again. I'll just have to say
They
that.
were about to say Dragon Ball Super. I was like, hell yes.
Well, maybe that too.
I've never watched anything Dragon Ball before.
You know what? Good for you. Good for you.
I mean, is that? I mean, I don't know if I should be proud of that or not.
No. Like, no. If you didn't get on the Dragon Ball train, like, you missed out on like probably one of the biggest addictions of your late teens, early 20s.
How many episodes a season? That's a long-standing series, right?
Hang on. I have every episode of Dragon.
Look what you did.
I have every episode of Dragon Ball. Hold on a second. You just slow your roll right there for one quick moment. Let's see. All right, Dragon Ball. Okay. So I have. Let me see. We have Okay, so the original Dragon Ball Z, the series itself ran 253 episodes.
Okay.
The condensed version of Dragon Ball Z, which is Dragon Ball Z Kai, is 167 episodes from start to finish. Like basically, it's like the abridged version of Dragon Ball. Like it kills all the filler and all the unnecessary stuff. Dragon Ball Super is 131 episodes, not including the movies. And currently, like Dragon Ball Super will be coming back at some time soon. They have another movie coming, but yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's something that's wow, so many episodes. I don't think even if I wanted to jump in, that's too that's too daunting.
I don't know. I'd rather watch Dragon Ball like front to back than like Bleach or what's another show that just what's another anime that just ran for like forever. Naruto ran
Oh.
forever.
Did
Like
you
it
say
got- it-
Bleach?
Yeah. Yeah, let me see what else. What's some other shows? One Piece is still going on.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. The last anime I watched was Fruits Basket, and I don't even think that finished. I don't think they're making well, I don't know if they finished in Japan, but they definitely didn't let it run to completion here in America, which made me very sad.
Yeah.
So I try to watch anime series that I know have an end to it. So I will always stay obsessed with Ghost in the Shell. Always. That is my favorite. Like it's the whole cyberpunk thing. You got a badass, super strong woman as the lead character and stuff like that. Like I will stand behind a strong chick any day. Well,
Hey.
of course I'll stand behind because she's not gonna let me stand in front of her.
I know.
This was.
I know we said we were gonna wrap it up, but did we touch upon this at a previous After Dark? Like, what did you think about what's her face playing in Ghost in the Shell? Scarlett.
We did not touch upon it, and you know what? Like I have time.
All right.
I've never watched the movie because number one, Corey knows this from just us doing the Marvel standard definitions. Like, I'm not the biggest fan of Scarlett Johansson. Like, it's something.
Neither am I.
It's something about her. I think it's her Jersey girl accent that smokes like a pack a day that kind of like kills it for me. She's pretty to look at, but like it's something about her voice.
She bothers me as a human.
Yeah, and the crazy part was like I liked her early in her career, like movies like The Island and a couple of other movies. Like I loved her back then, but she got to the MCU, and the MCU is not the MCU is not why I hate her or dislike her and stuff like that. She started playing Black Widow and she got typecast for the same fucking role. Like, I mean, she's had so many roles that are similar, like people bitch all day about Mila Jovovich, and stuff, her playing like the same action girl roles, but Mila Jovovich actually plays other things to her credit, too, that aren't the stereotypical like badass, supermodel looking chick that's shooting everything and kicking everybody's ass. But yeah, but then like when I heard that she'd been casted to play the Major, I was like, no, I was like, hell no, because the first thing I thought is, why didn't you pick an Asian woman to play this role? And everybody's like, name an Asian woman that could play the Major, and I named off like 7 of them, including like Bing Bing Lee. Who else?
The chick that's in the Mandalorian.
Ming Na. Yep.
Yeah.
Also the girl. If you need a youngish looking woman, get homegirl from Scott Pilgrim that played Knives.
Yes.
Yeah, stuff like that. I named off all these. Of course, like some of these people were like, who are they? So they looked them up, like, ooh, this is good. This is good. This is great. Yeah, this is a lot better than Scarlett Johansson and stuff like that. But yeah. But this started a problem with me for Scarlett Johansson, because then she started she got that role, right? And I've never watched the movie. Never. I'm a big Ghost in the Shell fan. I am super big. Like I have the mangas. I have like every series, including including the Netflix series that came out like last year. I have that, I'm missing one of the movies, but I'll get that eventually. I just haven't just gotten around to it. And like I just love, like I said, like it's like quintessential cyberpunk science fiction for me, and I love it. And it's right up my alley. Like I remember seeing the original Ghost in the Shell movie in the movie theaters in 1994 when it came out. That's how. So I hear she gets cast for it, and I'm like, oh, I'm never seeing this fucking film. And everyone's like, well, you should at least give it a chance because you are a fan of the franchise. I was like, you're telling me that this lady is playing a character, like, if you look at her, she doesn't even have the same body type as what we see when we look at the cartoons, the anime, the manga, the comics, and everything. And she's not Asian. So I haven't seen it yet. But like I said, this movie casting also began her whole career of like playing roles that she should not get. And now I really have a chip on my shoulder when it comes to her. Now, all that being said, I give the Black Widow movie that came out last summer an 8 out of 10. That being said, that was actually a good movie.
Yeah, I haven't seen that yet, but
she executive produced it and everything. Like it's a good movie. Like I enjoyed it.
Okay.
I feel like it may have been 20 minutes too long, but I enjoyed it. But all the Marvel movies, like it seems, I don't know when, but all the Marvel movies crept past the 2.5 hour like margin, sometime.
Well, I'm glad I did bring it up then, because I'm not one to always have to be so, well, political is not the right word, like so
politically correct.
Politically correct. Like I'm really not a very politically correct person. I just filter well. But at the same time, even I was really bothered that she was casted for that character in Ghost in the Shell. Like even for me,
it was so cringe. Or just like, how about when Emma Stone got cast to play the Hawaiian chick, in that one movie? I was like, did you even look at this woman? Does she look like she's Hawaiian anywhere? I
not
mean,
even close.
I mean, I can't name one feature of her that says Hawaiian.
And it's like you said, like people make up some excuse like, oh well, name some Asian actors or actresses. Like there are actually a ton. You just need to.
What's funny? Like what's funny right now is how like people get objectified and fetishized because of like their nationality and stuff like that. Yeah. Hollywood is weird because like right now, like it's like a fire sale like for Asian men. But Asian women, like we'll replace if it's not a completely Asian movie, we'll just replace them. That's why I like movies like Crazy Rich Asians, like Shang-Chi and stuff like that. Yeah, like I'm a pioneer for those. Speaking of like Michelle Yeoh's new movie that's coming out, I cannot wait.
What's it called again? I'm trying to think of the title. It's the one with like she goes through various not realities, like dimensions.
Everything, everywhere, all at once.
Yes, when I saw that like trailer in the theaters, because I was in the movie theater, I like cheered out loud. I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
So fucking excited.
Yeah. Okay. So I've said my bit. Like I'm not the biggest fan of Scarlett Johansson. Like I wish her well in her career and stuff like that. But lady, read the room. Like don't be snapping up parts that I can say this with confidence. Like you played an Asian woman. You're not qualified for that. You tried to play a trans woman. You're not qualified for that. Don't do it.
Yeah.
Trust me, like, and you know what? I understand the Hollywood mentality. Like the producers is like, we need to pull an actor or an actress that will get butts in the seats. I guarantee you though, but here's the thing about it, like independent films and stuff, like a lot of them have no name people in there, and they get critically acclaimed. They get all the awards. We're coming up on but by the time you've heard this episode, like the Oscars will have already come and gone and stuff like that. And I guarantee you, some no name people are going to get awards.
Yeah.
And when I say no name people, I don't mean that disrespectfully. I mean it's going to be people that we've never heard of, but actually have a real acting career.
Mhm.
It's like pulling in Chris Pratt for Mario, but that's another.
Who's the
And-
one
and trust-
girl?
And trust me, I'm sorry to cut you off. Like, just real quick, like, and I'm not necessarily a Chris Pratt hater, even. Like, I really don't hate him like most people do, but I just think that was, yeah. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna ask who that wasn't. There some girl that got snubbed from the Oscars and she wasn't even like invited. Isn't that something that's going on right now?
Yeah. I forget the name, but somebody like vocally was like save her a seat because she's coming with me.
Mm.
Hmm.
Yeah, I just didn't know if that was like a thing still. So, anyways, the Oscars,
Right
am I
now.
right? There's a rumor
Yeah.
that Doctor Strange trailer is coming during the Oscars at some point.
Ooh. Okay.
So,
West Side Story star Rachel Ziegler
Hmm.
was not invited.
oh,
Huh.
neat. People, man, let me tell you, people.
I feel like those shows are just so pretentious. Like, I don't even give those things
Yeah,
my time of day anymore.
I tried my, when I first met my boyfriend, because like I said, like I told you guys earlier, like my boyfriend, he's into this, but he also teaches at a college university, for this type of stuff and things like that. So when we were getting to know each other phase, like, I kind of stuck my foot sideways in my mouth, because I was like, I'm not a big fan of like award shows and stuff like that, particularly like stuff like the Oscars, the Grammys and stuff like that, because I feel like at the end of the day, it's a whole bunch of people that we don't know telling us what we should like or what we should be into and stuff like that. And I was like, I don't like the pretentiousness of it, stuff like that, or the snobbery, no doubt, like the only music award show that I watch every year is the Billboard Music Awards. That's the only one I watch. And that's because Kelly Clarkson is the host.
Mhm.
Like I'm a Kelly Clarkson fan, stuff like that, But also I feel like the Billboard Music Awards is probably the only one that doesn't really shill to like a whole bunch of crazy ass outlets in the music industry.
Mm. Yeah.
Like the Grammys, for example. The Grammys so white. Oscars so white. Stuff like that.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Yeah. So I had to dig myself out of a nice hole with the guy that I eventually called my boyfriend.
It's all right. Just we all can't like the same things as one another.
Sure. All right. Well,
Now that was a good ending.
Word.
That was great. Like it's awesome. I love you guys. Like it's always a pleasure doing this thing with you guys every week, except when we're taking a week off or when you guys abandon me.
Well, LeRon,
No.
next week you're gonna have to pleasure yourself.
Do I need to turn the camera on for that?
I don't know. I probably can't post it on YouTube.
Okay, well, on that note, this has been Boss Rush After Dark, the alternative podcast show for the Boss Rush Network. We'd like to thank you all for tuning in and listening to the show, and thanks a lot for liking us, being a patron and subscribing to us, all those things.
Yep.
We're heading out, but before we head out, we always got to let you know where you can find us at. So, Stephanie, you're up first.
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Klimov, KLIMOV_author. You'll find me regularly, except for the next episode, but I guess when this comes out anyway. Boss Rush on Wednesday nights, and some standard def, usually the classically animated Disney movies.
Corey.
You can find me at I am CoreyHC on Twitter and Instagram. You can find me hosting the Boss Rush podcast. You can find me on Nintendo Power Block, and you can find me doing other things here on the Boss Rush Network.
All right. And as always, you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Exodus803. Also look me up on Twitch and YouTube on those handles. And if you really love me, there's a show called Crossroads that I'm a part of, as well as Standard Definitions for the Marvel Cinematic Universe and the Mass Effect series. I'm not sure if we're just doing the trilogy or if we're going to do the whole shebang.
Do it.
But who knows?
Do the mobile games.
And then of course I am part of the Boss Rush podcast team. So there you go. Please, we invite you, come back and join us for our next installment of Boss Rush After Dark, the show where we will always be back with more topics that aren't completely content appropriate for our other anchor shows. Y'all been wonderful. Have a good night. We'll see you next time.
Goodbye.